Ah, it's winter, sweater weather, and a season loved by many. The days get shorter and snow falls from the sky, unless you live in Phoenix. Along with the season, there's a rise in people sledding down big hills, drinking hot cocoa, and snuggling around the fireplace. Amongst the many things that the winter season brings is what is quite possibly the most hyped sport of all time: curling. Curling is a team sport played on ice where two teams take turns in order to slide stones made of granite towards a target. You might have seen it at the Winter Olympics or on Wii Sports Resort even. So screw all the other things that could be said about winter. Let's focus solely on its number one sport. The first recorded evidence of curling dates back to the 16th century in Scotland and the Netherlands. There's a simple reason why curling didn't start anywhere else, and that's because a lot of the world was busy establishing a slave trading market for the plantations in the Americas. Although I can't tell you anything else about Scotland or the Netherlands, so who really won the limelight in the history books? Well, I know the Scottish wear kilts, I guess. But it wasn't until some 300 years later, until 1838, when the Grand Caledonian Curling Club was established and the official rules were drawn up, so I have no idea what they were doing for all of that time before. Either way, there's now an official curling organization, which is a huge milestone for becoming a worldwide sport. In 1924, curling was played at the first Winter Olympics in France. It's good to see that everyone could get over their slave trading habits eventually. Well, not everyone, but at least France is on the same page as Scotland now. By the 1960s, the Scotch Cup was launched, and the United States, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, France, and Germany competed. At this point, with curling getting bigger, the International Curling Federation was officially established in 1966. I don't know what the Grand Caledonian Curling Club couldn't just grow or change its name or something, but okay. Now there are two organizations that manage curling. It's like a kid with divorced parents. In 1982, the International Curling Federation became an independent entity, which really makes me wonder what it was before. Was it being puppeted by the International Water Polo Federation or something? Or maybe the Grand Caledonian Curling Club secretly ran it from the shadows, and so it was all really just one big organization like I wanted. Later, in 1990, the International Curling Federation became the World Curling Federation. Someone needs to tell these guys that simply changing their name doesn't continue to give them the same sort of sense of achievement as it once did. Although I'm pretty sure that this federation basically just confirmed that aliens exist by changing from international to world, because it implies that curling is being played on other worlds. Unless this is Elon Musk's real reason for colonizing Mars and they're just trying to stay ahead of the curve. Mars does have a lot of ice after all. Or maybe they changed it because curling was really popular in Asia/Japan around that time. Although if they think that Asia is a different world, then they certainly haven't moved past their slave trading mentalities. In 2016, the first set of comprehensive brush specifications were implemented for elite level curling. So was there not any specifications before? I'd just be bringing a Costco broom and you're telling me that other people are making custom brooms just for this? Curling was really pioneering the pay-to-win model. And that about brings us up to now. There's nothing else crazy worth mentioning, although I anticipate another international, otherworldly Federation of Curling Corporation Incorporated being founded shortly, as they seem to like making curling organizations.
So I've never played curling, and that's not about to start now. Unfortunately, it's a little too hot outside because we live in Phoenix and it's awful. So we're gonna do a kind of pseudo curling. Like how kids will go out and play hockey in the street using a ball instead of a puck, we'll be doing something kind of like that. So we're gonna go up to the roof of the parking garage and we're gonna split into two teams. And we're going to take turns. You'll each have 3 balls that you can roll down and try to knock the others out of the ring and get your points on the board. First to however many points wins, and then we'll have a good time.